Cool. So hi everyone, we're here with Jimmy from Angry Creative, the biggest WordPress and WooCommerce web agency in Sweden. So hi Jimmy, could you tell us a little bit more about yourself? Is there something I missed?
No, I don't think so. I started with WordPress way back, like already in 2005 when I was a student, and I started using it for clients. And after I was done, I was like, let's do an agency, and here we are today. That's basically it.
There's a question that I think is on all of our minds, and I'm pretty sure you hear this all the time. Why Angry Creative? What's the reason behind the name?
All right. So the reason was like back in the day, it was like open source software was not considered a good choice. Proprietary software was the way to go. So it was a way for me. I kind of named the company after my beliefs that open source and open source values are important for not just for our businesses, but also like for humankind as a civilization. So what can I say? An angry young man wanting to change the world, and that kind of went into the name.
Well, catches attention. So I'd say it's working very well. And so talking more about Angry Creative, we know that you mostly focus on WooCommerce solutions. So what led you to that decision? Why WooCommerce?
All right. So obviously I've been in the WordPress space for quite some time, but in the beginning it was mainly CMS websites, digital marketing. That today is like that is what we call inbound. And there's a lot of inbound agencies, but for the last couple of years we've been more and more going towards like only WooCommerce, and that is because like in the e-commerce space, it's more important to have really great process, great tools. You have your CI and CD and whatever. Everything like that, and for a company that sells things through e-commerce, it's really important for them that everything works, everything checks out. You actually write tests, and you do all of that. You have that infrastructure, but for companies that only use CMS. It's not that important. For them, soft values are more important, and we're a very developer-centric organization, and development is in our core. So it's kind of been a natural, it's been natural for us to switch to WooCommerce.
And what about from the customer's perspective? Why would a person or a company choose WordPress, not WordPress, but WooCommerce, of course, for any other solution on the market?
I think that WooCommerce is a very versatile and flexible solution, and also as a client, you can start off your idea, like you can do it very cheaply, and then you can run really fast through the market. If you compare it to a lot of our clients has done really great things with WooCommerce, and if you compare it to other open source e-commerce solutions, you can get like twice the amount of development and twice the amount of features and whatnot with WooCommerce instead of any other solution. And like the entry level for doing a WooCommerce job is like you can't compare it to anything else pretty much. Obviously there's like solutions like Shopify and whatnot, but that's not really, you can't like customize that the way you want it. If you're going to customize things, it's going to be, if you do it in anything else, it's going to be really expensive, and you're not going to have that great time to market as you can have with WooCommerce. I think that is the main reason why people should and are using WooCommerce.
Okay, and in your website it stated, we do not build the website you think you want, we build it as you need. And I absolutely love that, actually. So when would you say is the right time for a company to look for help from an agency like Angry Creative?
Can you repeat that, please?
Sure. So when would you say is the right time for companies to look for help from an agency?
All right. Yeah. So in the customer journey, there's like you start out as a small company, right? And you put your you probably download WordPress from WordPress.org, and you download the WooCommerce plugin, and you check out the WooCommerce.com, and buy a bunch of plugins that you put in there. And that's your start. That's an excellent start. Really cheap, and you can try your idea without a lot of risk. But after that, what happens when you get your when you've been doing that for like a year or two or whatever, your company grows, and you're starting making good money, decent money. Then you have to have with open source, there's a big, what can I say? There's a big, who is responsible is the big question about open source. Because we get all of these excellent things, and we more or less, for a client, it's like, whoa, this is free stuff that is like from the heavens. What is this? But no one is really responsible. So when you need, first of all, it's like when you need someone to actually take responsibility over this technical solution, then you have to turn to an expert agency, because otherwise it's on you, basically. So a lot of our clients turn to us for exactly that. We need someone to be responsible, someone that we can count on to make sure that the fundamentals of our business, of our e-commerce business, will work and will continue to work, and will be available to help us with everything and anything. I would say that is the biggest thing. But
it does seem like a good choice to make.
Yeah, but there's also like when you want to push on and like do integrations and do the hard things, then you obviously need someone, an expert to talk to. But from a business perspective, I would say like when you find that, okay, now I really have to, someone have to take responsibility. That's critical. Yeah, then it's critical.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, the year has just started. So, are there any e-commerce trends you think we'll see in 2019?
Yeah, I think more of everything, I'd say. I'm not surprised by anything these days. We have clients who sell everything from stuff for your phone to funerals. So I'd say that more and more things will be digitized, and will be less. The more businesses that. Okay, that turned out badly. We will see more. Yeah, we will see more of everything, basically.
And what would you like to see? What is the thing that you would really like to see, hit e-commerce world this year?
All right. It depends on your question, kind of what you want out of it. I mean, in terms of what WooCommerce, how WooCommerce will develop, I'm really looking forward to because we're getting a faster and better and stronger WooCommerce, and that's excellent work by everyone contributing to the project. So that's one thing. Then there's like the more like open question: how would you like to see e-commerce develop? And what can I say? It's like that's I don't know how to answer that really, because it's like it's a huge question. But I just think that it will follow the society trend. More and more things will be on e-commerce, and even more of like mom and dad shops and like the small businesses are going to get online, and that's what I think. That's kind of what WooCommerce democratizes the tools of production for e-commerce companies. Just like WordPress kind of democratized publishing, WooCommerce is democratizing e-commerce. So I think it's great for like everyone in the world that WooCommerce exists, and I think it's a great year for anyone to be in the WooCommerce space and in the e-commerce space generally.
Well, that's great to hear. And now, on a more personal note, could you share what has been the most challenging or the most interesting project that you've worked on? There's been a lot, probably.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I think, and honestly, I don't work with a lot of operative work like in the projects, but speaking about like what our teams have done, I think the hardest thing has probably been like doing really deep customizations, and also like we have one client where we it was like very last minute, but in the end we managed to fix a thing in WooCommerce core that made the website 85% faster. That was really excellent, and the website, you know, it took like 10 orders per second or so, and they made a lot of money. That it was in conjunction to Black Friday, and they had really high loads. So that fix got into WooCommerce core, and it's now part of core now. That was let's just say that it was because you don't deal with that amounts of traffic every day, like you 10 or 100x the amount of traffic like over a day. But it was really cool to see that WooCommerce did it, and it did it with a yawn, like, oh, come on, give me more traffic. So it was, we could have pushed it even more, but that is probably the hardest thing that we've done, like scaling WooCommerce to a ridiculous scale. I'm really proud of my team that they managed to pull that off.
Well, it does sound really amazing, really something you should all be proud of. And to end on a more fun note, you might have noticed, maybe not, that the logo of wpcrib is a duck. So what would you say does a duck sound like?
Yeah.
In your language, it does say something. So what is it?
Okay.
What does a duck say?
Okay. Quack quack.
That's the English way, I suppose.
Like quack quack. Yeah, like that.
Thank you.
It's anka in Swedish.
How is it?
Anka. It's duck. It's anka in Swedish.
Well, thank you so much. Of course, thank you all for watching, and subscribe, of course, to see more awesome interviews like this one. So thank you.
Thank you.